Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you've been paying even a little bit of attention to the business world lately, you just know the landscape is shifting at absolutely breakneck speed. But here's the secret: the massive generational opportunity sitting right in front of us today in 2026 isn't about inventing the next giant tech platform. No, it's about something way more practical. Okay, let's dive into this and look at exactly why right now is literally the absolute best time to start an AI business. I want you to really think about this for a second. Just a few years ago, the traditional barriers to entrepreneurship they were incredibly intimidating. If you wanted to start a serious company, you had to worry about signing a lease for physical space, managing these massive payrolls, and sinking huge upfront investments before you ever saw a single dime in profit. But what if you could bypass all of that? The whole shebang, completely. The shift we're seeing is staggering. Just picture the heavy financial burden of the traditional startup. Office space, employees, expensive software, months of operating expenses keeping you up at night, right? Compare that to the lean, super accessible reality of 2026. A solo entrepreneur can now tap into a suite of incredibly powerful AI tools to handle research, writing, customer support, data analysis, you name it, for a fraction of the historical cost. The minimum cash you need just to test a business idea, it has absolutely plummeted. Which brings us to our next major shift, Section 2. Businesses want AI results. This is the 2026 demand reality. You don't even have to convince businesses that AI exists anymore. They already know. Now, what's really interesting about this Goldman Sachs data is the sheer scale of adoption. As of March 2026, a massive 76% of small businesses are using AI in some capacity. But here is the huge hidden opportunity. Separate data from that exact same report notes that only 14% have fully integrated AI into their core operations. So they desperately want the results, but they are really struggling with the actual execution. And this isn't just some sudden overnight spike either. This demand has been building for years. The San Francisco Fed reported back in 2024 that nearly 40% of small businesses were already using or actively planning to use AI. To put that into perspective, almost half the market was bracing for this shift years ago. The market demand is totally validated, the budgets are unlocked, and these business owners are actively hunting for someone to help them navigate this whole transition. Section 3, the implementation advantage and bridging the skills gap. And that is exactly where you come in. The biggest opportunity in 2026 isn't building new AI platforms, it's building an AI implementation business. Now, this is a completely new category. Traditional software, it basically just waits for humans to tell it what to do, right? But with modern AI agents, you're building systems that actually execute multi-step goals. You find a repetitive process, you design an AI-assisted system, you connect the right tools, and then you monitor the results. You are essentially building a custom digital workforce for regular, everyday businesses. The reason this business model works so incredibly well is perfectly captured in this recent OECD survey. Adoption is rising rapidly, sure, but strategic integration is wildly uneven across the board. Why? Two main things: skills gaps and time constraints. Look, let's be honest here. A local business owner who struggles just to get the office printer connected to the Wi-Fi, they do not have 20 hours a week to figure out how to securely link multiple complex AI software tools together. They want the tech, absolutely, but they completely lack the technical chops to make it work in their daily operations. And this brilliantly illustrates the mindset shift you need to succeed right now. If you walk into a business and just say, "Hey, I build AI automations," their eyes are going to glaze right over. You're just selling a generic tool. But if you walk in and say, "I help dental clinics reduce missed appointments with automated follow-up," boom. You are now selling a tangible, highly valuable business outcome. Businesses don't pay for AI just because it's cool. They pay for concrete results that save them time or make them money. And because you're selling these high-value outcomes to businesses, your entire growth model completely changes. You don't need a massive audience. You don't need to go viral or become internet famous. You might literally only need 10, 20, or maybe 50 high-value clients. If you build a system that saves a company hundreds of dollars every single week, they will happily pay a premium for your service. In the B2B space, you monetize the actual value you create for a company, not just the fleeting attention of a huge consumer audience. Now, you might be wondering, isn't everyone doing this already? Well, sure, a lot of people are learning how to prompt ChatGPT, but knowing how to use a tool is just a skill. Solving an expensive problem, now that's a business. The real competitive advantage lies in combining AI with actual real-world industry knowledge. If you understand the nuances of real estate sales or local restaurant marketing or clinic operations, and you apply AI to those specific bottlenecks, you become incredibly valuable. You aren't just an AI tech guy, you are a serious business problem solver. Section 4, AI is not a business. The big warning. So before you rush out and start pitching clients, we need to take a quick step back. So the crucial point is this. Do not fall into the trap of looking at a shiny new AI tool and asking, how can I make money with this? Actually, scratch that. It's completely backward. Instead, you must ask, what expensive problem can this specific technology help me solve? You should never build something just because the AI is capable of doing it. Build it because a business is bleeding money or wasting time, and they are willing to pay cold hard cash for your specific result. Furthermore, blind automation is genuinely dangerous. Current research highlights that cybersecurity and secure integration are massive hurdles for small and medium enterprises right now. AI should amplify a company's capabilities. It absolutely shouldn't replace human responsibility. When you're dealing with sensitive customer data or financial info, human judgment, strict quality control, and serious security oversight are completely non-negotiable. Your implementation business has to prioritize safe, responsible integration. Section 5, your action plan. Let's look at the 5-step blueprint. So, with those guardrails securely in place, how do you actually get started? This framework is incredibly straightforward. Step 1, choose one specific industry. Really, don't try to serve everyone. Step 2, find a repetitive, expensive problem within that niche that's wasting time or losing customers. Step 3, combine AI tools with their existing software to build your customized solution. Step 4, pitch the outcome, like faster response times or lower admin costs, not the AI itself. And Step 5, get your first customer. The barrier between being a solo freelancer and running a scalable software company is shrinking every single day. You can start with a basic service and just evolve it as you learn. I honestly cannot emphasize this enough. Getting that single, real-world customer is the most important step of the entire process. Don't spend 6 months locked in a room building a complex company in a vacuum. Start small, deploy your solution in the real world, and let actual, brutally honest customer feedback teach you how to improve. Once it works like a charm for one business, you refine it for a second, a third, and eventually you scale it across dozens. Let's move to and see how this builds into the broader historical context. Section 6. The time is now, the 2026 AI wave. We are watching a truly unique convergence right now. The tech is vastly more capable, it's highly accessible to solo operators, and everyday businesses are finally totally comfortable paying for it. Right now, implementation is still kind of messy. And you know what? That gap is exactly where entrepreneurs thrive. 5 years from now, it's going to be incredibly obvious that the true gold rush wasn't inventing the AI, but rather being the one who actually figured out what to do with it to solve real-world business problems. The tools are cheap, the demand is totally proven, and these businesses are waiting for you. You don't need to hold out another year for that one perfect idea. You just need to run your first experiment. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one critical thought. The future of business isn't coming. It's already here.